I think the biggest problem with most people going on a vegan diet is they're intimidated. They're defeatists from the beginning. And then they say, oh, I can't give up this food, I can't give up that food. But you definitely get used to what you eat. It's delicious and it's healthy.
Please welcome back. And when we left you, we had to interrupt Jeff, and he was talking about ways when he was working, how to fit the vegan diet into his work schedule. Tell us a little bit about it. You said you actually had things in the refrigerator at work, right?
Well, in the morning, I would bring in, they have an instant organic oatmeal that's gluten-free.
Oh, okay.
And I would have that for breakfast. All you did was add hot water, and we had that in the office.
Sure.
And then at lunchtime, I would bring a lot of fruit like bananas, apples, etc. Sometimes I would make a small salad. So there's things to eat. So I would eat that.
But the key is incorporate it into your life. And again, it's a blueprint. So you have to make it fit with your environment. You know, if you're a firefighter, if you're a paramedic, if you're a physician, if you're an attorney, just make it fit with your life and have the blueprint involved so it can work for you. Now, initially, there's a myth, that it's going to be very costly, and going through the vegan diet with lots of vegetables instead of processed foods will be costly. Did you find it to be more costly?
Well, there's no question that organic vegetables and fruits are costly.
Yeah.
But if you compare it to the costs of chicken, turkey, beef, etc., you're saving money.
In the long run.
Yes. I mean, people just compare organic vegetables and fruits with non-organic, and they say, oh my goodness, that's so expensive. But again, it doesn't have all of the toxins in it. It's more healthy for you. And it's much cheaper than being on the average American diet.
And there are some vegans who don't always just do organic.
That's true.
They just do vegetables. And important tip, and we talked about this in a previous episode, is that frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are often frozen fresh, and you can get them at a good deal. And so it's not always that you have to be tied with the cost of having fresh fruits and vegetables. You can get some of the stuff frozen at a good price. So it doesn't always have to be costly, even if you compare it. You are an attorney, and I'm sure there are many situations where you had to be in a social environment and social gathering where there's non-vegan food. What did you do about that? How did you manage?
It was always manageable. People are very cooperative. Chefs are very cooperative. They always have something in the back that you can eat. And of course, as I say, I cheat a little bit with fish.
Sure.
So, you tell them not to make it in oil, no butter, and just grill it or broil it. And they're very cooperative, and they have vegetables back there. So I have never found that to be difficult, whether it's a social setting, whether it's a restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants that have vegan entrees on the menu. Yeah. And even if they're not,
you can ask for it.
Don't be embarrassed to ask for it. I think the biggest problem with most people going on a vegan diet is they're intimidated. They're defeatists from the beginning.
It's not going to work.
But it's no problem. And then they say, oh, I can't give up this food, I can't give up that food. But you definitely get used to what you eat. I've always felt that. It's delicious and it's healthy. That's the main thing.
How long did it take before it became delicious?
Not long. Not long. As salads are you can throw everything into a salad. I mean, that's
my wife always says she likes any salad.
Or you can throw it into the blender, the Vitamix. I'm not plugging.
Sure. No, but yeah.
You throw it into the Vitamix. You can throw everything in your refrigerator into the Vitamix. You throw kale, you throw spinach, you throw garlic, you throw fruit, and you mix it all together, and you make a smoothie. You throw in ice, and it's healthy for you, and it's very good.
And great tips. Number one is that you can be, and it's very important, you can be a defeatist, meaning that you can say, here's a barrier, that's why I'm not doing it. Or you can say, this is what I'm going to do to overcome that barrier. It's very important, whether we talk about this or other health problems that you have or other problems in life, is that you can either say that it's not going to ever work for me, or I'm going to find a way to make it work. And you did. Even in social situations, you can tell people, and they really understand. I said before, on Thursdays and Saturdays, we're essentially, vegetarian/vegan, and people really accommodate. People think automatically, people at home say, oh, vegan, if you're vegan, you must be healthier, right? That's not always true. You really have to be educated, don't you?
Absolutely.
You can be vegan and pretty unhealthy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. There's things that don't have meat, turkey, chicken and dairy in it that are very unhealthy.
That's right.
You know, I also, and it's not really extreme, I also cut out sugars and refined carbohydrates.
The China diet, that's exactly.
And you can substitute that with quinoa. They have quinoa noodles that's just like spaghetti.
Tell people at home who don't never heard of quinoa. What is quinoa?
Quinoa is a grain, but it's very full of protein. It can come as a rice substance, or it can come as a pasta substance, and it's got a lot of protein in it. And there's many evenings at home where we'll boil the quinoa noodles, as I say, it's just like a pasta, and add a marinara sauce.
Oh, nice.
And it's very good. You know, I don't miss, I don't miss the meat at all.
Oh yeah, because I think you've really made solutions for yourself to make things delicious. And again, that's the key. Obviously, we're talking about veganism and vegan diets and all the advantages. But I think as important is your approach and how you take whatever is given to you, incorporate it in your life so to make it the best it is. So very, very nice tips. I really appreciate you taking the time. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Partha Nandi, and if you enjoyed that video, you're going to love the next one. It's full of incredible information to help you start your health hero journey.